Hi beautiful people, today I'm going to talk to you about setting goals. I think this is such a great time in the year obviously to set goals, and I want to just give you some tips and tricks in the beginning of the year that you can use throughout the year to make sure this is a huge 2021 for you. And the first thing that I would like to start with is making sure that your goals are really big. Make sure that they are really big. Don't go for small goals. I always say that because accomplishing a small goal does not take much more effort than accomplishing a big goal. You need to do certain things that I will teach you, I will talk about that you need to do to help you accomplish it. And if you have a small goal or a big goal, it's kind of many of those things, it's almost the same effort. So you might as well go really high. And if you don't achieve it this year, at least you're on a path to achieving it. So that is the one thing. And how do you make sure that your goal is big enough? Well, firstly, don't just set goals for the sake of it. Go for things that you really want, that make you feel, giddy like a kid. You are so excited, you just cannot wait. If somebody told you this will happen today, you will be, oh my God, you will be so excited. You will just jump and you will be out of your mind excited and happy. Pick goals that make you feel scared, that make you feel sweaty. You want them so much that you can't even believe this is possible for you. Go for those goals, because if you're going to work hard to accomplish the goals together this year, might as well set goals that really mean something, that really will make a difference in your life, that will break you out of your orbit. So that is the first thing. The second thing you need to do is to write down critical path that is required to follow to get to the goal you want to accomplish. So basically, what are the things that have to happen, that you will have to make sure happen to accomplish that goal? And don't put on that list anything that nice to happen, would be okay if it doesn't happen. Don't put those there. Critical path is steps you need to take to accomplish a goal. For example, if your goal is to take a flight from Los Angeles to New York, the critical path is to buy the ticket, get all the documentation you need, like a passport, to be able to pass all the security controls in the airport and to be able to get on the plane. Take some kind of transportation from your home to airport on time so that you come on time to board the plane. You get to the airport, you go through security checks, and you wait for your time, and you get on the plane. And you behave the entire time, so you don't get into any trouble, and that is what is in your control to take the flight from Los Angeles to New York. This is your critical path. You can come there without your baggage. You can come there and you forgot your earphones, or you forgot your jacket, but you will still get on the plane and get to New York. So packing your bag is nice to have, and kind of you probably have to still list it. But if your goal is to get from Los Angeles to New York, it's very nice to have, but it doesn't have to be on the list. And things like pick up some coffee at Starbucks is definitely nice to have and should not be on your critical path, because you will get bogged down with all those little things that is nice to have, and you may not be able to have enough energy, time, motivation to actually get to the end. So I would say write down all the critical path steps, and then we will schedule them. And then if you want to do all these extras and you finish the critical path steps for that week, you can consider doing the extra things you really want to do, but stick to your critical path. Now, related to the critical path, the milestones along your critical path are your progressive goals. So throughout the year, whatever your big goal is at the end of the year or sometime during the year, the progressive goals, the milestones that you're accomplishing, help you see that you're on the right path, you're making progress towards achieving your goal. Now, once you have all that set up, I want you to have it all documented, write it all down, and then actually put it in your calendar. Schedule what you need to accomplish, specific milestones throughout the year. How do you space it out to make sure you accomplish your goal on time? Then break it down on the month basis, then on the week basis. You need to make sure it is in your calendar. Block the time to work towards your key goal. Make sure that you spend 2 hours per day to accomplish your goal. You may tell me, no, I don't have that time. Okay, how much time do you spend watching TV? How much time do you spend just being unproductive in front of your computer? So if you know that you have to spend these 2 hours on your key core work, then you will plan around it. Imagine it is your job. You just have to show up at 10 a.m. in the morning and you leave at 12 o'clock at midday. That is your job. You have to show up. You have to be there for 2 hours, 100% present, working. Then you will schedule everything around it and you will find the time. So if it's that important to you, if you have that goal that is that important to you, you will find the time to work towards it. The next thing I recommend is to make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you write down your goals. Before you go to bed, just before you go to bed, you write down your goals. It's very important because you know that most people don't achieve what they set up to achieve in the beginning of the year. In fact, already by February, March, people stop showing up at the gym, people stop doing whatever they promised themselves they will do. It's too hard, it's not worth it, it's not for me, I tried it, it didn't work, I'm not gonna achieve it anyway, I might as well not even try, why am I wasting my time? I can be eating chips on my couch or playing video games. So, to keep that fire burning, if you need it, some people don't need it, but I think even people who are incredibly driven, and I am incredibly driven internally. I'm lucky that way and unlucky that way because I work myself almost to death all the time. Literally, sometimes I faint from being so tired. But on the flip side, I do have internal fire that keeps me going all the time and working really hard. But especially if you don't have that, but you want to accomplish your big goal, you might as well keep that fire burning with all the might you have, right? And writing down your goals in the morning and in the evening. And the reason why you do it at those specific times is because your mind operates on autopilot most of the day. So you can do only so much with your willpower. You are on autopilot a large part of the day. A lot of the things you do, you're doing on autopilot. So just before you go to sleep and just after you wake up, you have the biggest access to your subconscious mind. And by writing it down, you letting your subconscious mind know, those are things that are very important to me. I want you to acquire the skills, connections, allocate sufficient time to accomplish those goals. Your subconscious mind then takes it into account as it runs on autopilot throughout the day. By writing down your goals specifically at the last thing at night, the first thing in the morning, you are reminding your subconscious mind that this is important to me. I want to pay attention to this. Let's make sure that we allocate sufficient resources for me to accomplish this goal this year. The next thing I want you to do is visualization. Again, at the same time as writing the goals, for the same reason. You are doing visualization the very last thing before you fall asleep. The very first thing when you wake up. And I recorded a separate video on visualization going more in depth specifically on what you need to do and telling you my experience in how I used it and the results that I was able to achieve. I'm going to link it in the description below. I'm not going to repeat it here. And the last thing I want you to do is make sure that you develop habits that help you accomplish your goals. Ask yourself, what are the 5 habits I developed that help me accomplish my goals? So for example, one of my goals is to be a better speaker. And what am I doing? What are the habits that I have or specific things I do on a regular basis to accomplish that goal? 1, I do vocal exercises. It is now a habit every single morning. I put on my makeup, I wash my face, and at the same time, I'm doing vocal exercises, which are about 15 minutes long. I train myself, I train my mouth, I train the way I breathe, I train the way I project my voice every single morning. The second habit I have is I do certain other vocal exercises throughout the day when I am doing something that does not require me to think. So for example, if I'm folding laundry, I can be doing another vocal exercise. So I'm utilizing that time to practice. So some of the exercises I have to do working on my specific problems, vocal problems, is that I have to open my mouth more. So I'm practicing on dropping my jaw as I'm folding laundry. I am, for example, saying something. I am, for example, repeating a poem, and I am dropping my jaw at the same time to practice to drop my jaw, which is one of the things I am working on. I also enunciate when I'm speaking to people. I have a habit now that when I'm speaking to people, when I'm speaking to anybody, I try to hold myself responsible for enunciating a lot more, which is related to dropping the jaw. It's just I learned to speak without opening my mouth enough, which made me sound very closed off. I speak about it a lot in other videos, and I can do more videos on this. And I do have a specific video on how to present, which I will also link. So I do cover it in other places if you need tips on that. And I highly recommend Roger Love to be your voice coach if you need a voice coach. So now, those are just some of the examples of habits. So ask yourself, what are the 5 habits you are going to adopt every day for you to accomplish your goal? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Every single new subscriber is highly valued, highly appreciated. You guys give me energy to keep going with this channel and create valuable videos for you that will help you have a better life, be more productive, make bigger income, make a bigger impact in the world, and just generally have a better, bigger life. Let me know in the comments what are some tips you use to make sure that you accomplish your goals throughout the year. And until next time, stay focused, stay productive, do good things for the world. And I hope you'll have a fantastic week.